how to understand human beings. That's more important because humans are dishonest. Yes, they are dishonest. They don't do what they say and they do which they never say, isn't it? It happens. We don't do what should be done and we do. I'll give an example and you'll be able to understand this very easily. But before I start my examples and my discussion on the topic of investing, let me make a very simple request to you. I'm not here for a monologue. I'm not here for a simple. I'm here to discuss with you the points about the investing. And for that, we need to talk. So are you ready to talk? Yes. And we'll ensure that we'll talk honestly, right? There are two things only I need. Friends, one thing is there, if you will talk now, we'll end up talking what you want to talk. And if you will not talk, you will end up receiving what I want to talk. Now, I don't know what I'm going to talk with you is of any importance to you or not. You have to ensure that things must be for your importance. So, how many of you here with AUM more than 100 crores? Raise hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people more than 100 crores. How many of you less than 100 crores but more than 50 crores? Okay, so most of you are less than 50 crores, isn't it? So in a time when the mutual fund AUM is growing like anything, how many times it has grown since last 10 years? What is the growth in last 10 years? Almost 10 times, isn't it? Last 10 years, right? If it has grown by 8-9 times, if not 10, assume 8-9 times, why are you still below 50? What is the reason? Either you don't want to work or you're finding it difficult to work. What's the answer? Or people are not willing to invest in mutual funds? You know what has happened? Where the people were 20 years ago, they are in mutual funds. And the people, those who were in 20 years ago in mutual funds, they are now in PMS and AIF, isn't it? Yes. And this is what, friends, we need to understand where the world is moving from now. Let me tell you, with the start, I'll tell you only one simple thing. What's going to happen in India? My family, my father started working in 1958. He was the sole earning member. 8 family members dependent on him. How many? 8. Ratio is 1 working, 8 dependent. When I started working in 1990s, I was still working. I started working too. We were a family of 5, 3 brothers and parents. What was the ratio? 5 dependent, 2 working. Then I got married. My wife started working. 6 dependents, 3 working. I lost my father in between and mother, both of them. Our family reduced to 4. Now my eldest son is working. 4 dependent, 3 working. Very soon in 3, 4, 5 years, what will happen? All the 4 will be working. It has never happened in India before. It has never happened in India before. What does it mean? When each and every one will be working, the supply of labor will rise. And if the supply of labor will rise, what will happen to the wage growth? What will happen to the wage growth? It will fall. And this is what we have to understand, friends. A common Indian person who is doing a job is becoming poorer and poorer every year. But you will say our standard of living is better. Your standard of living is better because everyone in the family is working. But look at Infosys, TCS, HCL Tech, all these companies, Wipro, Cognizant, Coforge. Look at all these companies. What was the entry level salary 15 years ago? What was the salary 15 years ago? Entry level?
2.4, 3 lakhs.
3 lakhs. What is the salary today? In real terms, they have become poorer. Right? And now in the onslaught of AI, many of us will lose jobs. How many of you know Jack Dorsey? Have you heard the name of Jack Dorsey? He is the owner of Twitter. He sold his Twitter to Elon Musk and made a new company called Block. Now he is the CEO of Block. 2 weeks back, you know what he has done? Any idea? He fired 4,000 of his employees, 40% of his employees. When a company fires employees, what will be the impact on share price? What will happen to the company share price? It will fall or rise. It has increased and increased by mind-blowing 25% circuit breaker on the very first day. What is the message by American shareholders to companies?
To lose the share.
Fire employees. for our employees. So what message I want to give you? Two messages. Number one, the young of India today will not have good wage growth, and young of India today will not be able to work more than 25 years. They will be forcefully retired by 50 years, and they will survive for next 50 years because their age will be beyond 90 and 100 years. Without you, they will not survive. This is the best business to be in. I'm surprised how less 50 crores. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that how you can remain below 50 crores. I think by 2030, all of you here should be 500 crores minimum. It should happen. And it must happen, because doing this is not for you. You are doing for the good of the society. And this is what we have to understand. Secondly, and this is more important, this message I give everywhere, the TFR in India is falling. Total fertility rate in India is falling. You can write on the piece of paper, I'm not joking, after 50 years, if there are 6 crore Tamil speaking people in India, after 50 years there will be only 3 crores. Tell me why? No kids. Right? So any person sitting here less than 30 years or 35 years, write on a piece of paper, there are fair chances, 80% chances that you will be living alone in the last 20-30 years. All alone, nobody will be there with you. Even now in India, what has happened? The total population of India is 143 crores. Out of 143 crores, the kids less than 5 years is 11 crores. How much? 11 crores. And people with more than 60 years are 18 crores. What does it mean? There are 7 crore people in India with age more than 60 years. They didn't have any grandson or granddaughter. No grandchildren. They are all alone. Right? So what is investing? Investing is not thinking what is happening today. Investing is how the society will be 10-year hands in 50-year hands. It is discounting future. You should look at the future. The moment you understand what's going to in the future, you will be able to understand what investing is. Now, what happens that when you do investing, there's a bigger problem, and what's that problem is how we imagine about future and how we react in the present. That also is a very important thing, and that's the precise thing I want to talk with you today. Have you ever seen a person in your vicinity in Vijayawada or from wherever you have come? Have you ever seen a person who always discusses that we should have good health? What is your opinion about health? We should have good health or not? What's the first thing we need in life? Good health. So have you ever seen a person in Vijayawada who claims that he wants good health and he does research? Going for a morning walk is a good thing. And in the night when he goes to the bed, he puts an alarm, takes a resolve, morning 5 o'clock I'll wake up and I'll go for a morning walk. Have you ever seen such person doing this act? Have you seen such people doing this act? The very person who will put alarm for 5 o'clock in the morning, go to bed, sleeps, wake up after 7 hours due to alarm, wakes up in the morning, the alarm rings, he wakes up in the morning, put the alarm down and goes back to sleep, doesn't go for a morning walk. Have you ever seen such person? How many times? Every day, na? Yourself. So why it happens? Why it happens? If you can do with your health, certainly you can do with your wealth. And certainly you can do with your investing. And that's your biggest problem. You know what is the biggest risk of your investing? Your career, your business? What is the biggest risk of your business? Your client. You can't believe him. What he will say today and what he will act tomorrow, he himself doesn't know. The person who decided in the night that I will go in the morning walk doesn't go for a morning walk. Why? Because we have two people inside us. One is thinker and one is feeler. In the night when you put the alarm, you are thinking that I will go in the morning walk in the future. This is called imagination. And in the morning, when you don't go for a morning walk, that's called feeling. Feeling you do in the short term and imagination you do for the long term. So the biggest thing you have to understand is what is the difference between long term and short term. And I challenge you, do AI, go to ChatGPT, ask Google, you will not get reply what is the difference between short term and long term. The only difference in the long term and in short term is long term you imagine and in short term you feel. Now when you take decisions of investing, you take decisions by thinking or feeling. This I want to find out. Before you become good MFD, you have to become good investor, isn't it? Yes. So that you can understand what investing is. So let me find out what investing is. And I'll help you to find, to discover yourself. Investing is knowing self. There are two ways you get money in your life. Either you earn money by doing some job. You are a doctor, you are an advocate, you are a driver, you are a carpenter, you are a pilot, whatever you are. These are called professions. By doing work, you get money, right? You give your time, you do the jobs, and other people gives you money. This is how you get your income. So one way to get money in life is working for others. The other way is creating money from money. That is called making money. So what is investing? Investing is earning money or making money? Making money, right? The rules of making money is very different from rules of earning money. The problem is we don't have schools which teach us how to make money, but we have schools which teach us how to earn money. So what we have learned throughout our life? How to earn money. And the sad part is the rules which we have learned for earning money, we apply them while making money. And that's the problem. So here you will be able to understand this in a very simple way. Look at this 500 rupees note. What is the value of this rupee? 500 rupees. Okay. So the value of this rupees is 500. It means that by using this note, I can fetch any product from the market which has a utility equal to rupees 500. So value of this note is rupees 500. Assume that if this note I want to exchange with you, I want a 100 rupees note by exchanging 500 rupees. So how many 100 rupees note you will give me? 5. The price of this rupee note. Price is through which you exchange the stuff. So the value of this note is 500. The price of this note is 500. Any confusion? No, no. So price is equal to value. This is fairly priced. This is how you understand markets. Markets are fairly valued, expensive or cheap, right? Now, I throw in front of you a wonderful opportunity, and please give me answer immediately. Don't take too much of time to think, because when you think too much, the reply is not honest and is not a default reply. I want your default reply because I want to help you discover yourself, what kind of a person you are. So my question is, this note which has a value of rupees 500, this note which has a value of rupees 500 and price of rupees 500, I want to exchange with you. I will give you this 500 rupees note in rupees 400 only. You have to give me 4 notes of rupees 100 each. There is only one note. Who will take this? Who will take this? Okay, so each one of you have raised your hand. Each one of you raised your hand, isn't it? Yes. Now this is investing. Investing is such a thing, the first thought which comes to your mind is always wrong. Is never right. Please tell me, am I fool in front of you? Have you did research? Have you done any research? The gentleman is a fool. Why a person will sell you 500 rupees note in 400? Please tell me. Why? So what was the first thing which should have come to your mind? It's a counterfeit currency, isn't it? It's dangerous to buy this note. But why you wanted to buy this note? Please tell me.
I trusted it.
And this is the problem, friends. And that's why 92% of people who come this to market lose money. They don't make money. You should not lose money in markets. They rise with time. Why you should lose money in markets? They always rise with time. We lose money due to our decisions, the way we take decisions. You know what our decision is always? We always chase returns. Investing is not chasing returns. Investing is understanding risk. Investing is minimizing risk. When I became father 25 years ago, fortunately those days I used to live in Vizag. 25 years ago, year 2000, I'm saying 2000, 2001. I attained fatherhood, right? Third day, doctor said that you can take your son and wife to your home. I am discharging them today. They are healthy. At the time of leaving hospital, I wanted to thank to the doctor, and I asked him a question. You have to guess what question I asked him. I'll give you two options. How soon and how quickly my son will grow in next few months? What will be his weight? What will be his height? How will progress? Question number one. Question number two, sir, when should I come back for vaccination? Which question I should have asked him? I must have asked him. First or second? Why not first? Who doesn't want child to grow? It happens. So what is my responsibility? Not measuring his height and weight every day, whether he's growing or not. My responsibility is protecting him from any risk and dangers. With time, he will grow. I'm not bothered about his growth. I'm bothered about the risk to the growth. What is investing? What is investing? Understanding risk. Protect your portfolio. Returns will happen. When I told you 500 rupees thing, I'll give in 400. The first thing which should have come to your mind is there any risk? Why this person is selling a 500 rupees stuff in rupees 400? So why it doesn't come to us? You know, reason? Reason is how old Vijayawada is. 500 years, 1000 years, 2000 years, 3000 years, how many years? Vijayawada. How old the city is? Any idea? 500 years. Make it 5000 years. We learned agriculture 8000 years ago. It means that before 8000 years ago, where we used to live? In jungles and in caves. And we survived there for 3 lakh years. In 3 lakh years of jungle, the only thing you have to earn in a day is what? Food. And food is the most scarce thing in jungle. The immediately you see the food, you have to jump. If you take time, the other will take it away, isn't it? We fear of missing out, and that's still there in our mind. The immediately I told you 500 rupees in 400, you thought that before other take, let me grab it. And that's the attitude. Whoever wanted to buy here a 500 rupees note in rupees 400, I challenge you, first time in your life, you must have thought to buy silver. Before that, you had never imagined to buy silver in your life. Because the person who acts like this is a person who follows prices, not value. Don't look at prices. You should look at value. Shall I share with you the biggest conspiracy of this world? Very interesting. You will be able to understand how this world works and what matters for you, and you don't give a damn to it, and you will be easily understand this. How many of you have bought FDs in your life? Done FDs with the bank? Anybody of you here? Don't shy. Say if you have done. Okay, you have done FDs. When you go to the bank to buy an FD, what is the first question you ask? Interest. Have you ever bought a bond without asking for the interest? Have you done it? No? Okay. Why? Why you ask the interest first?
What is the return so we can expect?
What the return you expect? Because interest is the reward of holding bonds, isn't it?
Yes.
Interest is the reward for holding bonds. I buy bonds for interest. Why you buy equities? For profits. The return of holding equity is profit. The reward of holding bond is interest. So when you buy bond, what you ask? Interest. Now please tell me what the Nifty is today. Last closing. What's the Nifty's last closing? Anyone here who can tell me? 1%. Raise hand, 1% only I'll ask. 22, no, not 22,000. 23,200. Okay, 23,200. You know, this is called price index. What index this is? Price index. What is price? You pay price and you get reward. When you go to the bank, if interest is 5 rupees, 5%, bank will give you rupees 5 if you will give 100 rupees to the bank. Without giving 100 rupees, they will not give you 5 rupees. So you give 100 rupees price and you get earnings 5 rupees. So price divided by earning is valuation 20. So valuation is 20, price is 100, earning is 5. And this 20 tells you it's a cheaper bond or expensive bond. We'll try to understand on the board here. Now similarly come to the equities. When I asked you where the Nifty is, you said 23,200. 23,200 is the price of Nifty. Now you have to tell me what is the earning of Nifty of all 50 shares.
740.
Raise hands, how many of you know this? How many of you know this? Raise hands. Somebody said from here some number, no? You said, okay, 1. Yes. How much it is? How much? 18 what? 18 what? No, P, I'm not asking P, I'm asking earnings. What's the earnings of Nifty? 460, okay. What else?
Around 1200.
Now each one of you know the price of Nifty, but only 2 gentlemen knows the earning of the Nifty. Why? When you don't buy bonds without asking for the interest, how you buy equities without asking for the profits? Tell me why. Simple question. Tell me why. Why? What is the fundamental return of holding equities? Why Mukesh Ambani holds shares of Reliance? To earn what? To earn profits. So why on earth you buy equities without asking what the profits are? And if I are not asking profits of the equity, why are you asking interest in the bonds? Why you do this? And I call this conspiracy of media. Media hook you to price. Day in, day out, they discuss only price. They have taken your attention, they have taken your focus away from earnings. This is called anchoring in behavioral economics. They have anchored you to the price movement of the index. Friends, price of this is derivative of earnings. Equities are slave of earnings. Equities will go where the earnings will go. Now you know why for the last 18 months your market has not given you return. Earnings are not there. All other things are blah blah. They are not of any use to you. FIs are going and this is happening, that is happening. FI is going because you don't generate profits. There are no profits. I'll tell you one very interesting thing. Very interesting thing. Tell me what is the biggest worry of government? What is the biggest worry of government?
How to win next election.
Huh? For next election. That's a political worry. Economic worries. Inflation, okay? Yes? Dollar, okay? Yes? Iron and gas, okay? Tax collection to an extent, yes? Okay? Biggest worry of the government. Now I tell you, nobody will tell you this, what I'm going to say you. Yes, sir?
Controlling the fiscal deficit.
Controlling the fiscal deficit, okay? Schemes, okay. See, what makes you understand the person is worried? How you come to know that person is worried? What act of his told you that the person is stressed or is worrying? When the person is stressed, when he is worried, he does something, now he takes some steps, isn't it? The person who doesn't take good food, who always eat delicious food, not nutritious food, fried food, deep fried food, very sweet and food, salty food, one day he finds that his blood report is wrong, he is diabetic now and BP is very high. What he does first thing? Change the food and from next day start going for the morning. What is it, man? He has reformed himself the way he lives, isn't it? So governments are worried when they take reforms. If reforms doesn't happen every year. Reforms happens once in 5, 3, 7, 8 years, isn't it? The first reform in India happened in 83. The second reform happened in 1991. Then reform happened in 1998. Then reform happened in 2008. Then reform happened in 2019-20. And then reform has happened in 2025. These are the years that the government has done economic reforms. You know what caused economic reforms? I tell you a secret which normally people doesn't discuss because this is not in a good taste. Governments are worried when businessman doesn't earn. All reform happens because businesses are not earning. Because when businessman doesn't earn, he doesn't invest. When he doesn't invest, production process halts, employment halts, everything breaks down. The first thing government wants is that businessmen should earn decent profits. When did last you observe, you felt that India's EPS is not rising? Please tell me before this episode, 2024-25. When did last you observe that Sensex and Nifty EPS is not rising? Which year? 18, 16, 17, 18 and 19, isn't it? So what happened in 20? What government did? What tax you pay? Exactly. You pay 30% and they pay only 25%. And the company which has opened after 2016, they pay only 15%. All reforms have happened after that only. So last year government has done lot of reforms. Why they have done? Why they have done? Because EPS growth of Nifty is only 2.5%. And that's very scary. The revenue growth of this thing of Nifty is just 5-7%. And very interesting thing I'll tell you, the growth of profits before interest, tax, amortization, depreciation is more than operating profit. How it happens? It happens because the businessman has not done new investment. What does it mean? It means that businessman is taking depreciation out of his business. Depreciation is an expense, right? It's not a cash expense. It's just a expense which you calculate. So when you take the depreciation out of it, your earning before amortization and depreciation is more than your operating profit. So what is the problem of India last one and a half years? Businessmen are not investing in India. And that's why government has taken all these reforms. You know what? Last year what has happened? Very interesting has happened. How many of you buy stocks from the markets? Directly? You buy, na? How many of you buy stocks through IPOs? Okay. So last year when you bought the IPO, what exactly has happened? Why IPO comes? Why company comes to the market to raise money? Say company X. Say company X has come in the IPO market. Why they come? For expansion of the business. You know last year what had happened? 70% business has not happened for this. What was it? What does it mean? What is offer for sale? What does it mean? The promoter says that if you want, you can take shares buy from me. Now you know about company more or promoters? Then why you're buying? Then why you're buying? They are saying that company valuation is very high. I don't see that company can be, the business can be expanded. I want to come out of this business and you readily buy it. Do you know more than promoters? No. And when government saw this, the businessmen are not investing, they have done this. They have reduced GST for them, not for you. So that you buy and they can have higher profits and higher revenues. Investing is second level of thinking, friends. It's not the first level of thinking. And this is what we have to understand. Never react to the news. React to the reaction of the public. You know what second level of thinking is? Assume that you and Mo, all of us go for a jungle safari. On foot. We are in jungle. Some tiger reserve, we are in jungle. And suddenly we find from distance a tiger is sitting there. Now we are afraid. Oh, we cannot go further. Tiger is there. Then one person noticed the tiger is not moving. Either it is ill or something is wrong. And he has a courage to go further and he finds that tiger is dead. So there is a dead tiger in front of us. Many of us have not seen tiger from close by. Each one of you come there and we surround the tiger and each one of us is observing tiger. And there I make a claim. And the claim is, I will bring life back to the tiger. What you will say? How you will react? Please tell me. I claim. I will make the tiger alive again. This is my claim. What you will do? How you will react? Please tell me. What will be the first reaction? You can't do it. A death cannot be bring to life again, isn't it? What you will say? It cannot be done. I accept the challenge and I start performing some mantras so that tiger comes alive. When I start doing this work, what you will do? I tell you what will happen. Half of you will run away from there.
What if
The person who said that you cannot do it, he is the first person to run away from there. And this is what human beings are. Right? Should not react to the news, friends. News comes, people react, then you react, you will never fail in your life. And this is what we have to understand. Right? Now come to very interesting things. Certain things we should know these things. How many of you believe that mutual funds are risky investments? They are subject to market risk or not?
Yes.
They are subject to market. Can you lose money in mutual funds?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is called framing effect. What I am going to share with you is called framing effect, and framing effect is one of the most important thing in investing. So each one of you believe that mutual funds are subject to market risk, number one, and you can lose money in mutual funds. Okay. I will tell you some name of some stocks. They are called K10 stocks. Satyam, DSQ Software, Global Telesystems, Pentamedia Software, Silver Line, DHFL, Global Trust. All these banks, I have named these banks. These are the banks, these are the stocks, these are the companies where you have lost your 100% of your money. There's a permanent loss has happened. Now you only said to me, MFDs, that mutual funds are subject to market risk and you can lose money in mutual funds. The person who says that you can lose money in mutual funds, please stand and give me a name of one equity mutual funds where you have permanently lost money. Please give me one name. I gave you several names of stocks. Give me one name. Give me one name. If we ourselves doesn't believe on it, how will make others to believe on this? By investing very stocks, you can lose money. I remember it. I invested my money sometime back in 1999 in a scheme called ICICI Technologies Fund. I invested money in that. You know what happened within 6 months? The NAV was from 10 rupees to 2 rupees. Because in the same stocks the company has invested. The fund has invested. Same stocks the fund has invested. So DSQ, Himachal, Futuristic, Silver Line, September, all these K10 stocks, Aftec, Infosys, all these stocks. 8 of them stocks are not there in the world now. 100% money lost. That 2 rupees NAV today is 250 rupees NAV. And this is what mutual fund does. The mutual funds is a very different creature. Yes, they invest in risky assets. Mutual funds are risky. They are subject to market risk, but they are subject to permanent loss if you quit them. You don't lose money because market fall. You lose money because you quit investing. Isn't it?
Yes.
And that's the message you have to give to your investors. But why we don't survive? The simple rule of investing is that we don't survive in the investing. So as an MFD, the first thing you have to do is one simple thing. Don't talk about returns. We are not here for the certainty of returns. We are here for the certainty of goal, isn't it? Never invest for returns. Always invest for goals, outcome. And when you do that, you will observe that we are on the right path. So these are certain things I just wanted to talk with you. I'll start with economy first. I'll give you a wonderful feeling. You will feel very good. What I'm going to share with you is, just assume for a moment, close your eyes and think that you are Donald Trump, President of America. How are you feeling now? How are you feeling now, good or bad? You are the first man of the world. The most powerful person on earth, right? Okay, assume that if you are Donald Trump, please tell me what is your first worry? What is your first worry? Yes? When I will get Nobel Prize? There's a personal worry for your nation. There's a personal worry. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. Inflation, okay. Here is the answer. The biggest worry of Trump Baba is death. I'll tell you, and you will easily understand what's happening in the world.
Because of that only he is making MAGA.
India is a good place to invest or not. To find out, you should not look at the strength of Indian economy. India is a good place to invest or not. You should always know the weakness of the global economies. Because if others are weak, you are strong, isn't it? It's a relative term, right? So what is the problem of US? Please understand the problem of US. Before that, I'll make it easy so that you can understand it in a layman's manner. I don't know why people don't talk simple things. They make things too complex. Dollar is a world global currency, and many times people think that since dollar is a global currency, it gives lot of benefits to undue advantages to US. And many times I find that many Indians talk that what if our rupee becomes dollar? Our rupee becomes global currency. Our rupee becomes very strong currency. And many people wrongly believe that China wants yuan to replace dollar. Some people say that somehow in future rupee will replace dollar. Okay, I will ask one simple thing to you. Assume that each one of in this hall strongly believes that rupee should become like dollar. Rupee should replace dollars. And it has happened. Rupee has become the world currency. And the moment rupee becomes world currency, it means that 200 countries of the world will start using rupee. How you will ensure that every country has rupee and they use rupee? What you have to do to ensure this? Because you have to supply rupee to each country so that they can use it. How you will supply rupee to them? You showered by helicopter. You go to every country. Your helicopter will take a flight from here, go to that country and shower it out. By by exporting what? By importing goods. So not only from where to buy goods, from shopkeeper, isn't it? From where to buy? Shopkeeper. You buy from shopkeeper, no? Shopkeeper gets from manufacturer. So a person, Indian living in Vijayawada, goes to a shopkeeper and buys the goods, right? When India will start importing from rest of the world, it means that India will buy from the shopkeeper of rest of the world. What will happen to your shopkeeper? What will happen to your shopkeeper? You will be very happy. World is full. World is full. I am printing notes. I print kagaz ka note and printing notes. They are accepting my printed notes and giving me good stuff and everything. You are happy. But slowly what will happen? You will become only a country which prints note, but you don't have shopkeepers. You don't have jobs. You don't have factories. You don't manufacture anything. When dollar become world currency, if a GDP of rupees 100 of US, the contribution of manufacturing was more than 30%. Today contribution is just 2%. You have perennial current account deficit, and that's the problem. So what is the worry of Donald Trump? This is a smaller worry. What is a bigger worry? Understand a bigger worry now. What is happening in US? And very easily you will be able to understand this. I'll show the charts also if possible. And you will immediately come to know what exactly is happening. Sorry. Not getting displayed. Why? Achha, you put it? Oh, no, it's not opening. My file is not opening. Sorry, I'm not able to open that file. I don't know why. I'll use the whiteboard and share it with you. what has made us prosperous, you will come to know very easily. This is a bottle I want to buy. It costs rupees 100, right? I don't have money to buy this bottle. He has money to buy this bottle. What's your good name, sir? Subramaniam ji has rupees 100 to buy this bottle. Now, who can buy this bottle? Only Mr. Subramaniam Garu can buy this bottle. I can't buy this bottle, right? Scenario 1. Scenario 2. I borrow 100 rupees from him. He had only 100 rupees. I borrow 100 rupees from him. Now, I am having 100 rupees. Who can buy this bottle? I can buy. Why he can't buy this bottle? He doesn't have money. And why he doesn't have money? Because he has given that money to me. This is a world 100 years ago. 100 years ago, something very interesting happened. After the central bank, it has happened 300 years ago, but I am making it 100 years ago. 100 years ago, something came in the world, into being that is called central bank. And why central banks are important? Because central banks have gave stability to the banks. So there is an entity called bank. And bank goes to Subramaniam Garu and he says that I find that you have 100 rupees which you are not spending. Why you don't spend this money? He says that I don't want to. I want to retain this money with me. Bank says better you give this money to me. I'll give rupees 5 rupees interest. He thinks that earning rupees 5 for idle money is a good thing to do. And he gives money to the bank. Where the money is? Bank. Does he have the money? No. What bank will do with the money? Whom they will lend? To me who wants 100 rupees. Do I have 100 rupees now? I borrow from the bank. A bank will charge 8 rupees interest to me. I will pay 8 rupees to bank. Bank will retain 3 rupees. That is called banking spread. And bank will give 5 rupees to Mr. Subramaniam. Is he? So I can buy this bottle now by borrowing from the bank? Yes or no? Yes. Mr. Subramaniam, can he buy the bottle? Yes or no? Here you are wrong. Yes, you can buy. How you will buy? You know what bank will do? The difference between me and bank? When I borrow from him directly, I can't do anything. But when he borrows from the bank, bank gives him something called checkbook. And bank says that what you have to do is only one simple thing. Find a shopkeeper in the in your city who is ready to accept check. Because check is not a legal tender. Only shopkeeper can decide whether he wants to use check or not. But note is a legal tender. Assume that he finds a place, the shopkeeper who accepts check. Can he now buy the bottle? Yes or no? Yes. Now the bottle is only one. He can buy. I have borrowed money from the bank. I can buy. What will happen to the price of the bottle? It will rise. So before banking, there was no inflation globally. There was no inflation. Inflation started happening in our life only after the bank. Right? Up till here, there is no problem. Now comes the interesting part of it. This bottle is bought by him for 100 rupees from the money which he has earned. And I buy this bottle from the money which I have borrowed. What does it mean? It means that either the money is earned or borrowed, they have same value in the market, isn't it? It doesn't change the market. Even with the borrowed money, you can spend and buy, isn't it? When I buy this bottle from the borrowed money, assume that the shopkeeper name is B. Shopkeeper name is C. He is Mr. A, I am Mr. B. The shopkeeper who sells bottle is shopkeeper C. I buy this bottle by borrowed money. The moment I buy this bottle and I pay 100 rupees to shopkeeper C, for C it is borrowed money or earned money? That's earned money. So when you spend the borrowed money, it becomes earning for somebody else. Now the gentleman C, while closing its shop and was returning home, he bought a cake for his son's birthday from shopkeeper D. How much money shopkeeper D has earned? 100 rupees. Again 100 rupees from Mr. C. I bought bottle from C and C bought cake from D. C earned 100 rupees from me and D earned 100 rupees from C. So this borrowed money of 100 rupees has created income of 100 rupees each for C and D. This is called velocity of money. How quickly you spend the money. How money circulate between different individuals. If it circulates 2 times, the money created is 200, circulates 3 times, money created is 3 times, circulate 4 times, money created is 400. This is called money supply. Now understand very simply. My money which is borrowed 100 rupees, if I spend, has generated 200 rupees income in the society. It means that the society or the economy has increased its income by rupees 200 and has increased its debt by 100. Till growth of debt is lower than the growth of income, this will add to your prosperity. Till the growth in debt is less than the growth in resultant income, it will help economy to grow. The moment rise of debt is more than the rise in income, it will add to chaos because the debt has to be repaid. How you repay your debt? So when you take housing loan, what people advise you, don't take housing loan more than 40% of your income. What will happen if you take housing loan 110% of your income? You will never be able to repay it. And this is what has happened to US. And that's the problem of US. First time after 2008, the US growth of debt is more than US growth of income. My file is not loading. I'll give you the numbers also so that you get the perspective and you'll understand what is the problem of the Trump and what's likely to happen in global economy in next 10 years and why India will be a wonderful place to create wealth. Very simple. I'm just giving a long-term scenario of global economy, not short-term scenario. Don't start looking at it in next 2-3 months. You will be able to see this progressing in next 4-5 years. In 2001, income of US and debt of US, that is federal debt. This is called federal debt. Okay? Federal debt of US. Income was 10.5 trillion and debt was 5.4 trillion. When? 2001. 2008, they did quantitative easing, they had huge problem. In 2008, their income went up to 14.5% and debt was 9.2 trillion. Right? By 2020, here the problem started. By 2020, they have somewhere at 22 trillions of income and they had first time 24 trillions of debt. Today in 2026, when we enter in 2026, their GDP is 30 trillion and their debt is 39 trillion. This is US problem number 1. Problem number 2. Remember this, problem number 2. The problem number 2 is on this debt, they have to pay interest. Now, listen it very carefully. When their debt was 20 crores, it was 22 crores, 22 crores in 2020. The inflation was 0.5%. The bond yields was 0.8%. So they were paying interest 0.8% on 22 trillion. Today, the bond yields, 10-year bond yields is 4.3%. Today. But they have not borrowed only for 10 years. They have borrowed for 6 months also. They have borrowed for 30 years also. They have borrowed for 5 years also. They have borrowed for 3 years also. So today, their payment is 2.5%. 2.5% of this. So 2.5% of 39 trillion comes $1,200 trillion. So what is their debt outgo? Every year, interest outgo? $1,200 trillion. Which in 2020 was less than $500 trillion. It has more than doubled in last 5 years. Now due to Iran war, even if 0.5% rises, next year the debt payment will be $1,500 trillion. Problem number 2. Problem number 3. How you repay your debt? You repay your debt from your income. What is your income? Your budget is your income. So what the budget of US says? The budget of US says that government has 7% of GDP as a physical deficit. As a physical deficit. So $2 trillion, almost 7% of this 30 trillions. $2 trillion is their deficit. So if their interest outgo increases, the deficit will rise. Now come to the fourth problem. The fourth problem of Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey has fired 4,000 employees and shareholders rewarded him by 25% rise in share price. What does it mean? The other companies will also do this. Other shareholders will compel their companies to throw these employees out of the job, of the work. These are white collar people. These white collar people earn handsome good salaries and they pay tax to government. So what will happen? The tax to government will come down, and US, they have called unemployment allowances. Instead of paying taxes, they will ask for that will rise. So the deficit will further rise. I will not be surprised if US goes into recession. Now the interesting part of it, very, very interesting part of it, and this will give you goosebumps. What I'm going to, yes sir?
Even though dollar is appreciating.
I'll come later to this part, right? The currency part will take later. First understand this very simple thing. So can you see these four problems of US? Okay. So what will happen in this year now in US then? What is most likely to happen in US this year now? Now this year US will have higher deficits, higher interest cost, and to cover them because they are deficits, don't have earnings. What they have to do? They have to borrow more. And this is called debt spiral. They are into debt spiral. And that's why Trump is doing all these wars. That's why Trump wants control on assets. That's why Trump wants oil prices to be in his control. That's why Trump wants Venezuela. Trump wants Greenland. Trump wants Iran. Everything he wants to control so that he can increase in income and can repay the part of his debt. Now assume if country goes into recession, what the country will do? What country will do? Country will again go to Fed. Country will go again to the Fed, and they will again ask Fed to give more money to me. This is called deficit financing. They have to resort to deficit. From earning the money will not come. So they have to print more note. More note means more supply of money. More supply of money means every assets will rise. It will be inflationary. So this is what you have to understand. You cannot remain away from assets. You have to be in assets. As simple as that if you want to make money. How long this will survive? This cannot survive. So for this, what's the solution Trump has? Trump wants reshoring of manufacturing. He again wants manufacturing come back to US. You know what they are doing? Refinery. Have you heard this?
Yeah, 300.
Right? They want more shops in. What they have done with the Bangladesh? Why they have done zero tariff to Bangladesh? Because Bangladesh has agreed to buy cotton from US for their textiles. Right? So US is in a deep trouble. Since it is a powerful country, it controls dollars. He is able to withstand these kind of pressures. He is able to face these kind of deficits. But still, slowly and surely, these deficits, these payouts, this borrowing is weakening US economy day by day. So what does it mean? It means that going forward, US will lose its importance and dominance. You know the way how it is happening? You go and find out one interesting thing. This is a homework for you. You find that most of the new trade routes which has developed in the world in the last 5 years post-COVID, where these routes are. From 1950 till 2020, all trade routes goes through US. But now the new trade routes are minus US. They are between country to country, right? Dollar is not there. In between US is not there. So the importance of US will slowly fall. US will ensure the importance of China doesn't rise because this is the enemy number one for them. When two heavyweights will fight, slowly and surely they will lose their importance in the world economy, and their loss is our gain. We don't have to do anything. We are not gaining anything. Why we are not gaining anything, I'll tell you. But In share wise we are gaining because they are losing. So what's India's problem now? Now I come to the India's problem. You should know this problem also, and why for the last 1.5 years businesses have not done good. Any idea why businesses have not good in India for the last 1.5 years? Pardon? No exports. Okay. What else? Capex not happened. Okay. Why Capex has not happened?
No profits.
See, this why is friend of yours. Keep asking why. Capex has not happened, right? Why Capex has not happened? High interest. Why high interest? We have high interest. Pardon? Something very interesting has happened in Indian economy. There are three kind of GDPs. You follow only one GDP. Problem is this. The first GDP is, which you follow is which one? Real GDP. There are three kinds of GDP growths. What you follow day in, day out? You follow day in, day out? Real GDP. There is one more called nominal GDP. And there is one thing called US dollars GDP. Which one you follow? What is the difference between real GDP and nominal GDP? What was the average inflation of India last 1 year? Less than 2%. And the real inflation, if inflation of all commodities is not inflation, that is called deflator. Ever heard this word? Deflator. What is deflator? Difference between real economy and nominal economy. So please understand real economy and nominal economy. 2024, a farmer produces 100 mangoes. The price of each mango is rupees 10. So the value is how much? 100 multiplied by 10 is equal to 1000. This is called GDP. This is called GDP. This value of product multiplied by price is equal to GDP. This is 2024. 2025. Farmer produces 110 mangoes. 110 mangoes. Price of the mango is 9.5 rupees. What is the value?
Almost same.
995 हो जाए कितना? How much it will be? 1045. 1045. Now understand simple thing. What government will say? Government will say, they will say this price is a base price. For government, this is the base price. In 25, government will say our economy has grown by 110 multiplied by 10 rupees is equal to 1100 rupees. What is our growth? Our growth is 10%. And farmer fills the return, income tax return. What he will fill? He will fill previous year my income was 1000 rupees. This year my income is 1045 rupees. My income has grown by 4.5%. How many of you fill income tax forms? Do you file ITR? In ITR you file real income or nominal income? Real income. You file nominal income. Do you calculate by base earnings? No. In life, everywhere we use nominal income. So government will say GDP has grown by 10%, but farmer will say it has grown by 4.5%. So previously, the first time in my life, you know what I have seen? For continuous 2 years, India's nominal GDP growth rate has fallen. India's GDP growth rate is rising, no doubt, but India's nominal GDP growth rate has fallen. It has become 8%. It has become 8%. So let me give you a shocker. Assume that this nominal GDP growth rate remains 8% for next 10 years. Assume it remains 10% for next 10 years. What will happen, you know? First reaction. What will happen? First reaction. The first reaction is your Sensex growth will be 8 plus 1.5 divided in 9.5%. Your growth of Sensex depends only on nominal GDP growth rates. India's nominal GDP growth rate is 11% normally. Now let me give a good news to you. With this war, Iran war, before Iran war, oil was $60 a barrel, $58, $60 a barrel. After this war, the price will start falling. But this is my gut feeling. I may be wrong in this. It's a gut feeling, huh? I believe that prices will not fall back to $60 because a lot of damages happen, lot of repair works will be done. The Iran will not be eliminated, destroyed from the map. It means risk will be there, and ships will ask for higher insurance. They will hire prices for the damages done. So I strongly believe that your oil perhaps may fall to $80 a barrel, not back to 60. So $80 is higher than 60. It will not harm India. It will solve India's problem. It will bring back inflation to you. And second thing government has done, government this year has changed the base year. The base year that 10% I said, the 2024 base years, I raised it. That base year government of India has changed. Last year it was 11 and 12. This year for next year they have changed to 23, 24. So due to Iran war and due to change in base year, today I am saying next year's nominal GDP growth rate will be 11%. Add 1.5% dividend yield to it, perhaps you may get a census growth of 12% plus. It's directly linked to the nominal GDP growth rate. So in a way, Iran war will help India to get back inflation. So why we don't have inflation in the last 1-2 years? For a very simple reason. India has two economies, formal economy and informal economy. The formal economy is the efficient economy and the growth is very sharp growth. And informal economy is income. The demand from informal economy is rising slow than the income of formal economy. So when the income is productivity, when the productivity rises more than the rise in demand, it impacts your prices. So this is what has happened in India, and the government has changed. Government has taken so many steps. They have changed the base year. They have reduced the GST rates. They have increased the slabs for income tax. Now the only part remaining for our economy, the challenging part for the economy which is remaining is only one thing, and that's difference between ours and dollars interest rates. Dollar interest rates today I told you 4.3%. 4.3%. Our bond yield is 6.5%. Difference is only 2.2%. Rupee is losing by 3%. What does it mean? It means that no FII can earn money from India because they are losing more in rupee than they gain from interest. So FIs don't want to invest with you. RBI cannot reduce interest rates because if RBI reduce interest rates, what will happen? Rupee will further weaken. Until RBI doesn't reduce interest rates, businessmen cannot earn in India. Tell me why? Why businessmen cannot earn in India? For a very simple reason. Please tell me what is repo rates? What is the repo rates? 5%? Isn't it? 5.5%? Okay, right here. Your interest is 5.5%. Inflation is 2%. What is real interest rates? 3.5%. What does it mean? What does it mean? In a very crude example, it's not a right example, it's a crude example. But to understand the direction, you will understand. Assume that I am a businessman. I produce 100 biscuit packets by borrowing 100 rupees. I borrow 100 rupees at what rate? 5.5%. And I am able to sell only 50 biscuits. So my inventory is 50. On this inventory, how much interest I am paying? 5.5%. But how much I am gaining in inflation? 2%. Isn't I losing? I am losing. So businessmen always want lower real interest rates. So our gap of repo rate and our gap in interest rate inflation should fall. Problem is US interest rates are very high. So RBI has no rooms to reduce interest rates. So what is the solution for us? Solution for us to increase the inflation. So whatever TV says, whatever government says, whatever Twitter says, whatever the expert says, I tell you a different story. Rising inflation at this point is not bad for us. It's not bad for us. It's not politically good. That's why everything is politics. What happens here on TV is politics, not economics. Right? But yes, if oil rates doesn't fall to 80 and remains at closer to 100 or more than 100, then this war will be very painful for us. Very, very painful for us. And God forbid, if oil remains somewhere at $120 for next 6 months, please stop buying anything from the markets except your necessities. Keep money with you. Markets will be very good for you if that happens. If oil remains at $120. Most unlikely scenario, but we should be prepared for this scenario if Iran is able to resist itself to US. Whether it will happen or not, none of us know. This only I'm saying for academic interest, right? $80 good for us, $90 difficult for us, $100 challenging for us, $120 devastating for us. It will be very bad for us. We will revisit 2013 kind of scenarios, right? And rupee will keep losing. So how much money you should invest in markets at this point of time? Keep the eye on two numbers: oil price and rupee value. If oil prices doesn't rise, it means that US has upper hand in the war. If oil prices are rising, it means that Iran is still resisting the war. Upper hand, I don't know whether I should use this word or not. But yes, Iran is there in the reckoning. It's there in the reckoning. Now I come to the interesting part of it. Very interesting part of the markets. What exactly is going to happen in markets? So today market is 2023, 200. And then my friend was right when he said that earnings is 1140, and he deserves clap for this, isn't it? Yes. And each one of you should know this. Stop tracking where the Nifty is. Start tracking where the EPS is. It will help you out to talk to your clients. It will help you out, right? Why markets average? Why HDFC Bank has given such wonderful returns to you? Not in 2 years, I'm saying 25 years. Why ITC is a good stock for you? Why SBI has given so much returns for you? What's so special with them? 2001, this is 2026, 25 years over. 25 years ago, HDFC Bank's net profit was 190 crores. Today it is more than 70,000 crores. That's why you gain this kind of returns. The last profit of SBI is 71,000 crores, which was 600 crores in 2001. Reliance 2001, the profit was 2,200 or something crores. Last it was 87,000 crores. This is the growth, right? And this is what, friends, we have to understand. Keep an eye on the earning per share. Keep an eye on the profit growth, not on the census growth, not on the price growth. And this will happen if you will stop watching TV. TV is not your friend, because you are not traders here, right? You are investors here. So what exactly we have to understand is very simple. This is 20,200. Your EPS is 1140. This is your EPS. So what is your price earning valuation? Just divide this number from this. 23,200 divided by 1140. How much is it? 20? 20.5. Give me the exact number. 20.35. Okay. 20.35. Now please tell me, what was the lowest P valuation on COVID? No. Average for the month was 19.3. How much? 19.3. So if this market falls, market falls to 22,500 and your EPS is 1140, what will be your this thing? Just calculate. 19.7. So make it 22,000. 22,000, make it 22,000. How much it will be? 19.4. So if your market falls next one more 1,000 points, it can happen in day or two, isn't it? If Nifty falls to 22,000, you are at the COVID levels. What you will do? Please tell me. And okay. So if market falls to 22,000, what will happen? You should buy? Yes or no? No. Now let me tell you why no. Very simple. Look at this. Why you should not buy no. And what condition you should buy, that also I'll tell you. Whether you should buy yes or whether you should buy no. Let us understand this. Okay. Can we have some other color than red? Because now this red is not visible. Let me see this color. Yeah. There is a bank which offers a FD. Oh, it's not good. Blue. There is a bank which offers a FD at 5%. 5%. So what is the P valuation? You pay price of rupees 100 to the bank. Bank give you interest of rupees 5 and P valuation is your 20. Now assume that the bank offers you 5% of interest. You read newspapers and you come to know that inflation is 8%. Inflation is 8%. How many of you will buy this FD?
I will buy.
Yes or no? 3% loss. So nobody will buy this FD. So what banks will be forced to do? Increase the interest. Look at this. Increase the interest. And you will buy only when this interest will become 8%. Right? So you will pay 100 rupees to the bank. Bank will give you 8 rupees. What will be your P valuation? What will be your P valuation? 12.5. Scenario number 1. Scenario number 1. Assume that inflation is 2%, not 8%. Inflation is 2%. Inflation is 2%. Will bank offer you 5% every rate? Yes or no? No. So what bank will do? Bank will reduce interest rates, and bank will reduce interest rates say to 2%, and you pay 100 rupees to the bank. Bank will give 2 rupees and your P valuation is 50. So what you learn here? Now the interesting part. What decides P valuation? Inflation and interest rates. Convinced? Now why this 19.5% is not COVID opportunity? Now you got the rationale behind it. Why this is not COVID opportunity? This is not COVID opportunity because in COVID, when markets were at P valuation of 19, bond yields were 4.5%. Today again, if it falls to 19 market, your bond yield is 6.25. So these two are not comparable. So they becomes comparable if your Nifty starts reporting better EPS numbers. Assume that in next 3 months, your Nifty remains around 23,000 at these levels only, but your 1140 EPS becomes 1250. What will happen? What will happen? It will go below. It will go below 19.5 and 19. So if you get higher interest rates, you have to demand even lower P valuation. So never look at P valuation in isolation. Always look at P valuation in relation to state of inflation and state of interest rates. Are there any chances in this war that RBI reduces interest rates? in coming days? That also is not there, right? So that will not be a time that you house and buy equities, but that doesn't mean that you stop buying equities. You have to buy equities at all strategic. The way you invest in equities, there are two approaches: strategic and tactical. So your strategic investing should continue, but your tactical investing can halt. You can wait for your tactical positions, which you can take if you get really good P valuation or really good markets. So this is how you should look at it. Now I come to the behavioral part of investing. Any questions on market and economy I can cover? Any questions? One thing I'll just share from my side, because that's very interesting. Some wrong thing has happened with us. So I don't know why we have done this. In India's parliament, sometime back, our finance minister had said something very interesting. And this is not a good position to take. We said in parliament that Indians don't need FII money now. Have you heard this? India don't need FII money or FDI money. This is not a right position. You know why? We need them. Why we need them? Any idea? Why we need them? We need them only for one reason. And that one reason is there are only two models of growth in the world. What are these two growths? One is consumption and the other is export. What model we follow? We are not export champions. We are not able to compete with Taiwan, Japan, Singapore, these countries in exports. We are not exporting champions. Our merchandise export is 1.8% of global GDP, whereas our GDP share is 3.5%. Right? So we are not export champions. Our story is consumption story. So listen it very carefully. You will understand why we need foreign money. Assume that India's income is rupees 100 and you want to make it rupees 110. Your income has three parts: how much you consume, how much you pay tax, and how much you save. Right? Out of this is your 56, this is 10, and this is 34. This is as of now. If India earns 100 rupees, Indians spend 56 rupees in consumption, Indians pay 10 rupees as tax, and Indians save rupees 34. Now look at this. If India has to grow, it means that consumption has to grow. And 2024, you know what has happened? Any idea in consumption what has happened? 2024, any idea what has happened? Now I'll tell you a personal interest. I keep on writing this on social media, right? So that you can also get these numbers, and they are important numbers. 2024, why markets have not performed? Reason number one, I told you, EPS growth was not there. Now I come to why EPS growth was not there. Because in last 24 years, post 2000, if you take the COVID year away, because that was forced year where you are forced to remain in house, you could not spend money. If you take 2021 away from it, the consumption growth was 3%, which was lowest in last 24 years. We had a very poor consumption growth. A country which is a consumption story should not have that poor consumption growth, because we are consumption story. But leave that aside. First understand this. So if India has to grow from here, India will consume more. And when India will consume more, assume that 56 becomes 60. If 56 will become 60, what will happen to savings?
54 will come now.
This will become 30. Can you see any problem here? If this happens, what will happen? Now, if you consume more, you have to consume more, you have to produce more. Isn't it? If you consume more and don't produce, what will happen? Inflation. So if you produce more, you have to invest more. And from where this investment comes? From savings. But your savings are falling. So you need investments. Now I come to the specific part of it so that you understand it fully. India's savings is 34. Out of 34, you spend 10 rupees in maintenance. This is called depreciation in accounts. You have made the airport in Vijayawada, railway station in Vijayawada, you have created roads in Vijayawada, you established factories and shops in Vijayawada. All these activities are called capital of Vijayawada. This capital of Vijayawada needs two kinds of spending, creating them and maintaining them. So out of 34 fresh savings, 10 rupees always go toward maintaining old capital. That's called depreciation. So how much money is left for you? Only 24 rupees is left for you. India is a very good country. You know what sense? There is one thing, we are far better than Americans, we are far better than Chinese. Reason is very simple, because we don't grow by debt. These countries grow by debt. We grow by our consumption. So India is something wonderful thing. India's productivity is more than US and China. What is productivity? How much money you invest and how much you grow your GDP. So if your GDP is grown by ₹1, it means that you have done something to get that additional ₹1 GDP. You have to do some input. 1 rupee is output. For that output, you need some input. This is called input-output ratio for GDP. So India's input-output ratio for GDP is 4. For China, it is 7.8. For US, it is 7.9. If China invests 7.8 rupees, China grows its economy by 1 rupee. If India invests by 4 rupees, India can grow its economy by 1 rupee. So 24 divided by 4, how much it is? 6. Now, if you use good fiscal policy and good monetary policy, in some good year, you can grow by 6 to 7%. So this is the ideal GDP growth rate of India. India can grow between 6 and 7%. Normally, in 10 long years, your growth will be 6.5% only, not 7%. 6.5% growth rate is a good growth rate. You know why? It is a good growth rate because it is highest in the world. But what is bad in this? The bad in this is India is the only country where the labor supply is rising. At 6%, you will not be absorb all new labor supplied. So your unemployment rate also will keep on rising. For that, you have to grow by 8%. And to grow by 8%, you have only two solutions. Solution number 1, either you increase your productivity from 4 to 3. So it becomes 4 to 3, it becomes 8%. But that is very difficult part. Increasing productivity is next to impossible kind of thing. It is just add 8 rupees from foreigners. Let foreigners come and give 8 rupees to you. It becomes 32 rupees divided by 4 and your GDP will grow by 8%. So what is the third unfortunate thing happened in India in last 1.5, 2 years is you are losing on FDI and you are losing on FEI. So if we get back them, it will help us better economic growth and will have better market growth. So wait for our FIs also whether they will come back or not. Why they will not come back and when they will come back, anybody's guess, but they will certainly come back, friends. And why they will come back? Because we are the only market in the world which is growing. There is no other market which is growing. And post-war, the world will go into deep recession. US will be in a deep recession and world will be in search of markets. In the search of markets, they will come back. You as an MFD have to convince your clients not to invest after the FIs come back. You have to remain invested and keep investing before they come, because this time when they will come, first time I will see in my life, you continue to buy stocks, you continue willing to buy, wants to buy stock, what will be pressure on the stock prices. So this is something, friends, I just wanted to share with you. Now I come to a very important part of it. If I am able to display on my this thing, we have some time to talk.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay. Right.
సార్ అది స్లీప్ లోకి వెళ్తుంది సార్ అది
స్లీప్ ఉండదు.
ఓకే,
ఇట్లా ఇచ్చాము సార్ వస్తుంది కాబట్టి దాంట్లో ఇంకేముందో తెలియదు.
15 minutes, sir.
15 minutes? Yeah. It's not displaying. Why it is not displaying?
He was saying like, अच्छा play mode पे नहीं जा रहे.
हाँ.
Show.
Apple is problem sometimes, no?
हाँ sir. Responding.
Okay, leave it, leave it.
సార్
No.
తిరునాళ్ళు వస్తాడు
दिख रहा है ना स्क्रीन.
No, it is not moving now. This,
ये सेलेक्ट करें. Whatever slide you wanted to show, it was selected, sir. We'll see.
సార్
okay.
తిరునాళ్ళని అంటే నానికి చెప్పాను నాని పంపిస్తున్నాను.
Okay. No, it's okay. Okay. I'll share it with you. Okay. Okay, friends. Sorry, I'm not able to run this PPT. I don't know why on a display mode. That is slide play. Can you see this slide here? There are two. I can climb on this now. Yeah. Okay. You see the two series here. You see the two series here, right? And what you observe here, look at these two series, and what you have to do is guess the next number. You have to guess. You have to tell me. You have to give a forecast. What is the next number? You are looking here. There is a series triple G. There is a series triple G, then R, then triple G, then double R, then triple G, then triple R, then 4 times G. What will be the next alphabet? It will be G or R. That you have to guess. In the second one also, look at the red series also, triple G, R, then triple G, then double R, then 4 times G and then R. You have to guess what is the next alphabet here. It is R or G. Before you respond, before you reply, let me tell you the conditions. Conditions are, you can see here, probability of G is higher. This is random occurrence. This is random occurrence. Either G will come or R will come. But occurrence is what? They are random. Anything can come. Anything can come. Number one. Number two, probability of G is higher. How you can say that probability of G higher? Because occurrence of G is always more than occurrence of R. Right? So first we will look at blue series. What is the next alphabet? Which one? R. Right? Okay. In blue series, you are saying that R. And the red? 4 hours, 3 hours. Okay. Anyone who will say G? One person. Okay. Only one is saying G. Two are saying G. G in which series? Both the series are saying G. Both the series. He is saying G, and that one more person is saying G. Only 2 out of us. Please tell me, each one of us is, we have a consensus here. The next alphabet is R. Why you feel it is G? Can you please stand and tell them?
Probability of G is higher.
So simple it is. Why each one of you have a wrong answer? In front of you, I have not told him it is G. Look at what he is looking at. And this is what investor's eye is. Investing is not certainty. Please have a seat, sir. Investing is not certainty. Investing is probability. Why you always try to find certainty in uncertain things? The first thing you have to accept in investing is markets are uncertain. Never predict markets. He could have done that, no? But he got the point. Probabilities. We work on probabilities. And probabilities happens when you increase the numbers. I tell you one simple thing. If I play a game with you, I will toss a coin. I will toss a coin. If it is head, I'll give you 200 rupees. If it is tail, you give me 100 rupees. Is it gambling or not? Is it gambling? Sure? Is it gambling? Okay, if you say it is gambling,
Gambling means
how many of you are ready to play this game with me? I am ready to play. And I will prove it is not gambling. And I prove it is not gambling. How to prove it is not gambling? If I play once, it's gambling. If I play 2 times, it's gambling. If I play 5 times, it's gambling. But what will happen if I play 100 times with you? What will happen? Please tell me. What will happen? In 100 times, how many times you will get X? 50 times. 50 times I will give you 200 rupees. 50 times you will give me only 100 rupees. You have made money or lost money? Made money. This is what the markets are. Keep on investing without forecasting G or R, probability G is higher. And this is what, friends, we have to understand. A very simple thing it is. Money is very interesting thing. One more I'll share with you. You can always use with your clients. Why I am talking these things with you? So that you can understand how clients think. How clients think. Look at this. These are four situations. Look at the situation number 1. You win rupees 10,000 in a contest today in a meet. How you will feel? Good or bad? Good. Okay. You receive a gift of rupees 10,000 from a relative. You feel good or bad? Good. Okay. You recover rupees 10,000 you lost while attending this meet. You recover the lost money. How you will feel? Out of the 3, in all 3 conditions you are saying that I am feeling good. In which condition you will feel the best, the most enjoyable feeling? Which one? C. Why? Because we recover the lost money. So next day you go to the shopkeeper and you tell him, this 10,000 I won in the lottery, this 10,000 I recovered after losing it, I felt more happiness, please give me more stuff for this. He will agree to it? Then why you have more happiness?
It's emotion.
That's what. So wherever the money is, there is only emotion. Your problem is you have to tell facts in emotion. If you will talk factually, investors will not listen to you. Address the emotion first and then give the facts to them. If your client says that markets will fall, always say, start with this. Yes, markets will fall. But you know, we are prepared for this. We have allocated money in this fashion. We have allocated money in these funds for this occasion only, that markets will someday fall. Don't counter them that market will rise. So when you accept the feeling of an investor, address the feeling of investor, then you are able to convince your client. So never fight with client, never argue with clients, because money is emotion, money is not fact. So I don't have much time here. I've been told to finish by 6:45. What I will do, that next 10 minutes I want to leave with you so that you can ask your question. For the last 1.5 hours, what I have discussed is, I wanted to discuss with you. Here, rest of the time we can talk what you want to talk with me, because that will be better for you. You can take away from this class what you wanted to discuss rather than what I wanted to discuss. Anything, whatever comes to your mind about economy, global economy, behavioral economics, whatever comes to your mind. Yes.
So 2 things, sir. One,
Yes.
you told the finance ministry is saying capital is not required, but you have
No, foreign capital is not.
foreign capital is not required.
Yeah.
But you know this data.
Yeah.
Do somebody told them all these things?
They are politicians. They are politicians. They talk what you feel good,
That is,
because they seek your words.
know their data.
They know. They know their data, and they are working behind scenes also to get their money.
That's good at least.
Yeah.
They are-
So what politicians never look at what, not take them on face value. Never take them on face value. They always talk to their voters. They never talk to investors. Remember this,
And second one,
right? Only 6% Indians invest, but 100% people vote. So they talk to voters.
Yeah, and second one is, I think ours is the only country where we are taxing the foreign equity investor.
Yeah, I mean very few countries.
Few countries.
Very few taxing them. I don't know why we are taxing them.
And it's also in our own currency, not in.
I tell you the reason why it is happening. Something very sad about Indian markets. You will not believe it. What I'm going to share with you. There are two kinds of market. One is cash market and one is derivative markets. You know the largest market, stock market in the world is US. 70% of global capitalization is in US. If US, there is 1 rupee trade in cash market, derivative market is 9 times. The ratio is 1:9. The second largest market in the world in stock is Germany. Germany, if cash market is 1, the derivative market is 35 times. How many times? 35 times. The third market in the world is India. You know, 1 rupee cash market business. How much we are trading in derivatives? Any idea? Any guess? How many times? Germany has 9 times. India? 50 times. Okay. Any other guess? 75 times. Any other guess?
We are more trading. Let's make it 150.
150. Okay. 150. 240. Any more guess? The last I seen, you can see in SEBI monthly report. The last I have seen is, hold your breath. And all these people, 92% of them are losing. And 99% of money, who is earning? Foreigners. Have you heard the name Jane Street?
Yes.
That's why government tax.
That is not tax, right?
See, never blame governments. They know better than us. And we are so fed up with Jane Street that we have barred them from our derivatives. Legally, they are not wrong. But they are making fool of us. Each one of us are losing and they are gaining. So since they are gaining easily from India, government is taxing them. And this time the government to punish us, they have increased STT 3 times on derivatives. This is the reason they have done. So why Indians are so greedy, I don't know. But Indians feel very smart. Trading is not a bad thing. Trading is not a bad thing. But you have to understand one simple thing. Trading is zero-sum game. You gain when others lose. So stand in the front of mirror, look at your life. How many times you have beaten others in your life? In debates, in numbers, in sports. Have you won any trophy in your life? Then do trading. First ensure that you can beat others, then play this game. Because this game is a zero-sum game. You gain when others lose. So first establish that you are smarter than others. But we are not. So that's the problem with us. Investing is a wonderful thing. Investing, you don't have to defeat anything. You don't have to beat anything. You make money for yourself. And this is the easiest way to make money. So friends, any questions from your side before I finish?
Revalue its gold reserves.
Revalue its gold reserves. Okay, I forget to mention gold. Let me talk on the gold also. One very interesting question will come to your mind. Every time when war happens, what will happen to gold prices? This time what has happened? A very interesting question, huh? Yes. So why is happening? Okay, we understand this. So there are two reasons why gold prices are not happening. See, gold till date, when there was a globalization in the world, nobody wants gold. Everybody wants dollar. Now there is uncertainty in the world. World doesn't have trust and faith in other countries. Countries don't want dollar, they want gold. This shift has taken place. Now this shift has taken place. Number one. Number two, who are the countries who will hold dollars? Please tell me. There are two kinds of dollars you hold. One for your cash flows, that is import and export. So when you get a salary, a person is earning lakh of rupees. For what he needs lakh of rupees? To run his house, to run his kitchen, So out of 1 lakh rupees, he spend every month 50,000 rupees. 20,000 rupees goes to some EMIs or something. How much he is saving? 30,000. So what is important is what he does with his 30,000. That's important. That's called saving and investment. So every country has dollars. There are two kind of dollars. One country, $1 to run the day-to-day house. The other dollar is invested or called reserves. So which dollar is important for investing community? Reserves or this one, day-to-day spending? Reserves. So the country which hold dollars are the countries which have huge reserves. So till 2022, countries were holding dollar reserves, very less gold reserves. In 22, what happened? US made a mother of all mistakes. What was that? Seizing of Russian dollars. Yes. Immediately Russia and China came together. They dialed each and every country. This they can do with Russia, nuclear power. Tomorrow they can do with you also. Is it wise to keep dollars in your reserves? Better reduce your reserves and buy gold. So before 2022, China's reserves were $1,400 billion. On last count, it is $650 billion. What they have done? The gold. They have bought the gold. What is it? It means that for last 3 years, central banks are buying gold. They are buying gold from the reserves. And how reserves are created? Exactly. Reserves are created by surplus. And by war, what will happen to trade? Rise or fall? Fall. What will happen to prices? Rise or fall? Rises. What will happen to exports? Rise or fall? Fall. What will happen to surplus? Rise or fall? Fall. First time in our life, the gold prices are decided by the surplus of central banks. Now that surplus of the old surpluses has been used. New surpluses, creating new surpluses will take some time. So that demand is there, number one. The second demand comes from consumer, and that consumer also biggest demand comes from Middle East only. That's the hub for the retail gold, this thing. And they are running here and there. They are using their gold rather than buying gold to protect themselves. The retail of the offtake is not happening from Middle East. Central bank surpluses are exhausted. New surpluses will take some time, and that's the reason it is not coming. The third thing is fear out of it. The fear component is there. That's why gold should rise. But here what has happened this time, fear component is not working because fear component has gone something to dollar, something back to the dollar. The dollar which was at 96 at the time of war, I think last count, the DXY is 100. So some part of its dollar also has increased. The third reason is very important. The third reason is US Federal Reserve is refused to reduce interest rates. They are continuing with high interest rates. They have not reduced their discount rates. US is maintaining higher bond yields. Bond yields have increased by 0.4%. If war continues, the interest rates will hover somewhere around 5%. US inflation at the point of time is 2.5%. It means that bonds offering you real value, real interest value. And when bonds gives you real value, some people are satisfied keeping money in bonds. So if bonds real value falls, it means that inflation rise quickly after this war. Then you will say again people will start buying gold. So what are the speculation? What will happen to gold prices? If inflation rises, if real interest rates falls, gold prices will again start rising. So what one should do? Don't book any profits in gold. Don't fear that gold can fall further. Don't speculate. Don't sell gold. Keep gold with you. And the moment you see that inflation is returning back and real interest rates are falling, that is the time that you can buy even fresh gold also. But don't be in a trap for chandi, that is silver. Silver will not make money for you. With all narrative, all stories. I'll tell you one homework, the third homework I'll give you. You will be surprised if you do this homework. You keep my phone number and you have to send me a message what has happened to the end use of silver in 2025. The end use, industrial use of silver in 2025 was more compared to 24 or less compared to 24, you have to tell me. And you'll get the answer. Right?
So, Namaskar.
Say, sir, thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Thank you. Thank you.